Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be talking about this knife here. It is a Natrix 0770 from Kershaw. Right there, Kershaw. Really cool little light EDC knife. Works great. Very interesting, sexy blade geometry. This knife has been around for a while. And we're going to talk about today. It is a really good EDC option. And I'm going to set it down here with my new GEC in the background. Do it again. Crazy wife.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Hi to all my viewers. What we're doing here today is showing a modern folder. It is Modern Monday Madness, brought to you by 865 Knives, a terrific channel. If you have never checked it out, go ahead and check them out. It's a lot of fun to watch. And has some really great ideas. And yeah, I'm mainly a traditional guy. Just got a new GC, but I love these too because that's really the mainstay of what we use, isn't it? Anyhow, let's get into what this knife is. All right, this knife falls into that light everyday carry EDC genre. It is a very light knife. You have G10 scales on this with some carbon fiber inlay. Really nice. The main pivot is a captured pivot. You can see it right there. And kind of cool design there. And this knife actually is the inexpensive, smaller version of the Kershaw 0777. Should be 3 sevens there. And that's a picture of it up there. And so this knife went online today, cost $25. And yes, it's China made. But it's an awesome little knife. I've had it in my stable for a long time. These things have been popular, I want to say 7 to 10 years. And, you know, there's a good reason for that. So this is a very well-designed knife. Like I said, it is their budget-friendly offering for the ZT 0777, and now that has been discontinued from Kershaw, but I noticed that Microtech is making a version of the 777 that looks exactly like this. How about that? So yeah, nice G10. This knife has a lot to offer. So it's G10 carbon fiber inlay. You see your attachment hardware here. You can see the holes for switching around your pocket clip. It's ambidextrous. You can see it's a deep carry pocket clip. The screws do stick up in this model here. I've never found that really to be an issue. And kind of a really innovative knife this is. So when the 777 came out, that's the first time this blade appeared right here. And you have a modified shape point blade. Kershaw describes this as a drop point, and you can see that the point drops, but it really turns into a sheep's foot right here. And then the blade, the edge of the blade is also upswept to create a really nice point. You'll see that point like right in the middle there where it should be. And so this offers a lot of really good options, all the options of a Sorry about that. All the options of a drop point, all the options of a knife that has some nice belly there. You can see that belly on the knife, and yet you've got this precise down pointing point that allows you to keep your hand way above when making precise cuts. Rather than having to get way up here to make a cut on a knife, you can see I can get pretty far down. Right about there is a precise cut range. Really nice. And I think that blade has been tremendously popular. It's copied by every knife company pretty much all over the world. Looking back here, you see it's 8CR13 MOV. Remember, it's a budget knife. That doesn't bother me at all. I've had this knife for about 7 years. So, yeah. The 8CR13, you may find this shocking, but it has not fallen off the knife. Yep. It's amazing. And it hasn't rotted out, and it hasn't broke. It just works, okay? It's a budget steel that works just fine. You're only paying $25 for this. So you can get this knife in some different kind of iterations here. Let me get this out of the way here because it's causing some problems. So it does come in an extra large. I did a video on this. I have carried this knife. I don't carry it a lot. I prefer bigger knives. I went out and bought me one of these because I like this so much. I went out and bought me a bigger one. And I have carried this a lot. It has been a really good knife in my stable. You can still see some gunk on here. The coating has held up really well. You can see the edge has maintained itself really well. Nothing really wrong with this knife. And so that's one of your options to just get it in a bigger format. If you go up to an extra large size, that's 25. This will be around 44. You also, it comes in this option. Oh, I have to think about this. I can't recall whether this is an exclusive or not. I don't think it is. I think I was just on Knife Center looking at this one right here, but don't quote me. It may be a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive, but I think you can get the copper anywhere. This is copper scales, and you've got D2, nice stonewash D2 blade on this one right here. See the D2? This is a little different. It's a 7008, and that's a 770. Well, that's not a 7. That's a 7007 is the number on that. There you go, 7007 carbon fiber. Comes in, just regular G10, a couple different iterations on the small side. It has ceramic ball bearings in here, the KVT captured bearing system, which is just great. There's also a assisted opening version, so be careful when you're buying these. Usually they got it marked underneath the Kershaw there if it's a like they call it their safe opening system or something. Safe assist or something like that. But most of the models now are not assisted opening because people didn't really like them. But Kershaw didn't come up with the bearing system, but they kind of made it standard on affordable knives like this, and it's just phenomenal that you can pay $25, get a nice knife in G10 with a KVT bearing system on it. That's just remarkable. Another thing is, one of the things, this is 2.8 ounces. One of the things that makes this really light is it's a frame lock, but it's called a subframe lock. And this is a patented design by Kershaw, another innovation from Kershaw, where it's an inset. And so normally on a frame lock, the whole frame would be incorporated. They usually beat those up with liners, but all of that's been left out to make the knife lighter. And then this is just like an inset into the knife. Sounds kind of funky, but I've never had any problem with any of the Kershaws that have them. Got a couple more just like this. Haven't had a problem with it. So Kershaw is just an amazing company that's very innovative. You can see it straight down Broadway there. Still, after all these years. And yeah, these are just great systems. New and improved things come along we get infatuated with. But sometimes the good old things are just the best to have. And for you young cats out there, if you're 25, you were probably 16, 15, 16, 17 when this came out, and you have no idea what the 7007 is all about. The Natrix, and they're just fantastic little EDC knives, and that's why I'm showing it. For some of you young guys who, haven't really seen these options before, they're still very popular, I believe. One of the things that tells the tale is both these iterations are still available, and if they're not selling good, Kershaw would just get rid of them right away. And they're still in the stable, and so that's how I know they're still selling good, or they wouldn't be around in the Kershaw stable. So I hope you found that interesting. These really are awesome little knives, especially the big one. I don't know. I just, gravitate to bigger knives. And, one thing I wanted to point out before I drop the video, it has a unique design. So you kind of like to have a clasp design. And if you kept going, you could see that clasp would normally go over, but it's cut out here. And you can see that in the design. And I wanted to show you that when you grab this knife, your thumb just naturally goes in that design. See how where your finger, it breaks here and follows your hand? And that's one of the reasons why these things are so comfortable. They all come with a little bit of jimp in there to push up against the blade. You can put your finger on there to get more precise. Look at that. If you want to get really precise in there, it's just a really great, comfortable EDC option. One of my favorite knives. Anyhow, thanks again for dropping in, checking out the video, and really appreciate y'all. I'll see you in the next video.